I ever look at the radar and the sky and think, that rain will let up in a minute. And it starts to lighten up. And then it doesn't. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Oh. And then more. And more. Aha. Isn't that dandy?
And that ends discing for the day. Maybe tomorrow. Around the roadways. A couple sprinkles. Dry road. Okay, well, a while back I moved all the plants out of the lab for the season outside. We lost a couple trees here last fall to some pruning. And so we have a little bit better light here right near my place, which is nice. The other one I just showed you is also a rosemary. These were taken from cuttings from that plant, as were these last summer. I put a video out on this. I'll dig up a clip and I'll throw in a snapshot of the thumbnail for it.
Mosquitoes are horrible out here, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you. But it's pretty simple. Just take a cut. Do just like we did with citrus. Clip off the bottom 3 or 4. They slip in. I'm going to go through and grab a bunch of these, and we're leaving some of the plant. Leaving some of the plant to grow back, so that we don't just totally put a tremendous amount of stress on the plant. Just give you a quick demonstration on the rosemary. Basically just clip off bottom a few leaf sets. Gives us nice easy root sites. Make a hole because these stems aren't all that stiff. You pack back in around them so they're firmed in. Done deal. There you go. 12 disciples. And I'll water these back in with a watering can thoroughly. Not because they need moisture so much, but more to settle all the air gaps and pockets around where we've set them in. Just to get that soil to settle in firm and not have air pockets. Because the air pockets will cause rot instead of root growth. These were in the lab over the winter. They were kind of sort of cared for, but not really so much. They got a lot of like very late waterings and that kind of stuff. But they had trace mineral nutrition with them. And they just got a foliar feed. Everything out here, you just got a foliar feed with some advancing eco-agriculture stuff. Let's see, I believe I'd use some Accelerate, some C-Stem, and some Rejuvenate, just to give everything a balanced shot of nutrients and minerals and such. Anyway, so took 12 cuttings last year. I think it was probably end of August or early September maybe. Might have even been late September. And all 12 cuttings came through. So that was nice. And I attribute that to the good soil more than anything, because I certainly didn't really care for them like I should have. Now they're ready to be transplanted, so I'm going to go ahead and pot these up into some bigger pots.
Due to lack of cistern resources, we're going to go on this planter here that I have left from last year, and we're going to put all 12 in here and basically make a low shrub we can keep clipping off of. That's the theory, at least. Just let you have a look at the root systems here. You can see we're already starting to do the root down wrapping thing that happens. But I have to say, I like this type of planter where it breaks it up into bricks for you. That's a pretty sweet way to divide things. And I was kind of rough on these guys, just flipped them on their heads, but you know, now we just go along and theoretically break off the blocks. If I have 2 hands free, I could. There we go. And then you got 2 at a clip. And we'll spread them out in the pot, and that'll be that. There we go. Just plugged in. Done deal. And they got a foliar feed with everything else, so for now we'll leave them, but give them another foliar feed in a week or so, and give them another boost, and then I'll get busy trimming. I'll be trimming the tops back on those and get them to branch out and bush out. You can see the difference here. Like this one I was trimming more than I was this one, and this one I just started trimming later. And then we'll take a look at the big mama. Here's the big mama. And you can see where I trimmed it in various amounts. I kind of shaped it, and you know, you could do like the Japanese art where they shape it into a shape. If I were any kind of an artist, unfortunately my only drawing skills are in AutoCAD, not so much in freehand and cartoon type stuff. Oh well. Catnip here too while we're at it. This also had a foliar feed and was doing well, but man did it respond to that. Kaboom. So that's nice to see, good growth, and that'll be getting transplanted out to the farm soon, because we got to keep propagating that up. I want to be up to, you know, near hayfield scale in a few years. That's going to take some effort. And then we'll just check back here on the sea buckthorn. These are the ones that started last year that survived through the winter and abuse. And these I started this spring, and they're doing well. I was looking at the bottom of one of these here, and I saw some roots starting to peek out. Yeah. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, I guess you can. So that tells me it's about time to get these transplanted soon before they get root bound. We don't want them curling and hanging up. We want to keep growth ongoing, natural. Go. So I guess we should have a look at the garlic while we're out looking at plants. And I'm sure you can hear under my feet why it hasn't moved any more than it has. I did manage to drag it out. But there's a little less shade and darkness around, and hopefully a little more sun. But it's still not ideal. But it is thriving, and I actually have to get out here and do a foliar feed on it. I've been meaning to do that, but it's been raining for like 3 or 4 days now. 3 at least. But I did come out and weed it the other day during a little burst of sunshine. So that was nice. And they're thriving, and they're putting on scapes, which I actually have to come along and snip back. But an elderberry needs to be transplanted as well. Even that's drowning with all the rain.